Hey y'all, how you doing today? Dana here, and I am going to show you how to make New Orleans seafood. This is my version. I've eaten it at many different restaurants, and then I come home and recreate. So, I showed you yesterday how to do my easy sauteed veggies to make vegetable fajitas. Today I'm going to show you how to do sauteed veggies to make this wonderful meal that's served over rice. So it's going to be fast, it's going to be easy. So what I've got going right now, I've got my electric skillet heating up right here, and I've put in a little bit of butter, and I've put in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. The butter and the olive oil together are going to taste really, really good. We'll add more butter later, and I'll bring this over where you can see it later, because right now we got to prepare the veggies. First thing we're going to put in there is going to be some frozen corn. Okay? I keep this corn always in my freezer, and whenever I need a cup of it or 2 cups of it, I pull it out. We're also going to use and saute a pepper. Now, y'all, I'm telling you, the pepper in this, it is delicious. And I personally kind of like to do heavy on the pepper because I love the flavor that the butter and the corn and the pepper has. It is just something really magical. If you've never experienced it, you're going to love it. Let me get that out of the way. So what I'm going to do first, y'all hear this stuff's getting to going, and I'll move this over where you can see it shortly. But I got to get this going. So as soon as that's a little bit hotter, oh, I think it's hot enough. I'm going to pour about 1.5 cups of corn in there. Now, I'm just making enough for 2 people. And if you need to make more, you just add some more stuff. I'm going to spread that around and let it get good and hot because I really, really do want some color on that corn. While that's happening, let me check my numbers on this. Yes, I'm up to about 300. It's going up to 300. All right, when I say New Orleans seafood, the seafood I'm going to do in it, of course, is frozen. I live in upper Alabama in the mountainous parts, so we're not at the beach. So you're going to need just your favorite fish, okay? Your favorite fish. I've got 2 of those. Mine's tilapia, but you get what you want. The restaurants I ate this at served it as tilapia. And then you're going to need some frozen shrimp. Now, if you've got fresh, by all means use it. I don't have that luxury today. All right, but I am going to chop this up. Now, y'all, what you don't know, I'm going to give you some low-carb tips, too, because I'm trying. Lord help me. I'm trying. But anyway, I'll tell you about what we're going to serve it over in a minute. So y'all hang with me, because this is a low-carb tip you can use for the rest of your life. And I use it quite often, and my husband is okay with it. He likes it. It's David approved. I'll show you that in just a minute. But first, let's get all this going. Now, how are y'all doing? Do y'all ever make seafood recipes from frozen seafood? I know I do. When I go to the beach, of course, I want fresh. And I'm hoping to get to the beach this summer sometime. Are y'all? I love good seafood. I love oysters. I love shrimp. I love crab legs. I love crab claws. I think I love about all of it. I do. And I love eating it. All right, I got that ready. Let me check my stuff out here. I'm just going to kind of move stuff around so you can see. And I do have this out because I am going to temp my fish. Do y'all remember how you need to temp your fish? A piece of fish is done at 145, okay, according to guidelines. All right, we got this going. Let me flip it around. All right, this is not getting any color on it yet, so we got to wait a little minute. So while we're waiting on that, I'm going to show you what I'm going to serve this over. Y'all, a lot of times I take shortcuts. If I don't have, it's just me and David here most of the time, unless the grandkids and family's coming in. But what I'm going to do right now is show you my low-carb trick on my rice. And do I make it easy on myself if it's just me and David and I don't need a big pot of rice? I do. I use the Uncle Ben's original ready rice. And this one right here is called garden vegetable. But y'all, it comes in all kind of flavors, so get the kind you want. This right here is only 8 ounces of rice. But what do I pair that with? I pair it with riced cauliflower. This is my low carb secret. I have already heated both of these up. And when I find my scissors, there they are. I'm gonna open them and pour them in here and make sure I get them incorporated good enough together. Now y'all look, any low carb secrets you have, please pass them on. I'm trying to stay in my jeans, you know what I mean? I'm trying to stay in my clothes. And y'all know I cook a lot, so sometimes I have to cut back. All right, y'all, this is what it looks like. This is beautiful, hot, ready rice with that rice cauliflower. And this is what I'm serving my fish, my New Orleans seafood over. All right, this is looking good. Smells good. I'm tempted to add a little bit of butter to it, although y'all know I'm gonna have butter in a little bit of a butter sauce, but I will add about a tablespoon in there and let it melt. It'll help the mouthfeel of it, and of course it's just yummy and delicious. Okay, let's see. How fast was that getting this stuff together? I will plate this up shortly because it's not going to take long for me to make this New Orleans seafood. Let me move that to the side. And then what I'm going to do now, this is getting a little color on it. Yes, indeed. Beautiful. If I can get one up there with color on it, I will show it to you. Woo, baby. Look at that. It's got color on my corn. So now I'm going to put in my peppers. Telling y'all, butter, corn, and peppers is a match made in heaven. And if you have never tried it, you will thank me for this, I guarantee. The first time I tried it, I was at this restaurant, this chef that's such a good cook. You know, he knows what he's doing. He had fixed something, and oh my word, brought it out there. And it was so good. I felt like, I eat that every time I go back to his restaurant. Every time I go to his restaurant, I eat the very same thing. Because, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I say. All right. What I'm doing right now, instead of mixing up a whole butter sauce, I'm going to add a little bit of more butter. That way, I will have it in there, and I'll put it over that rice along with that fish, and we will be happy, happy campers. Now, y'all know, if I weren't here with you, I would be doing this in my skillet on my stove. But this is my electric skillet, and I know y'all always ask me about it. All right. I'm going to move this. Well, let me cook it a little bit more. Those peppers smell so good. Oh, yeah. While that's cooking, I'm going to show you what we're going to do to our fish. Basically, I'm just going to salt it. This fish is delicious. It will be delicious when we get it on here. And I'm going to salt it on both sides, but not overly salted. Let me just flip that over. And also, y'all, I do encourage you, if you've got some lemon, you're going to want to add a little lemon. Okay, get that. All right, now what I'm going to do is move this over to the side and put my fish in, because I've just got some extra butter in, remember? And let that stay hot as this goes. Let me just pull this down like this. There we go. Got my butter running down to the side. Now we're going to put this fish in. Baby. And y'all, fish cooks in a snap. Do not turn your back on your fish, or you will have overcooked fish. Y'all, I got to tell you what happened to me the other day. First of all, I love mahi-mahi. Do y'all love the fish called mahi-mahi? And when I can get it, I get it and I cook it for my husband. He loves it. And I went to this restaurant, my husband and I did, and he got some mahi-mahi. And before, it took them a long time to get it to us, but before they finally got it to us, I thought, wow, what's taking so long? Mahi-mahi is a fast fish to cook. And when they brought it to us, it was so overcooked that I was very disappointed, but I didn't send it back or anything. I mean, it was edible, but my husband was like, oh, Dana. He's like, they overcooked it. It was so tough on one side that it was like fish jerky. So I'm not going to tell you where it was or anything, because I'm sure that was just a happening that happened that day. But anyway, don't overcook your fish, okay? 145 is what you're looking for. If you don't have a good thermometer, y'all, this is my favorite, and I'll put a link on there for this thermometer, but I use this every day when I'm cooking. You can temp cakes, fish, bread, steaks, all that stuff, so that you know you're not getting it overdone. So there you go. Now see, I've turned this down a little bit, and it's lightly cooking. You don't want to cook the heck out of it. You just want to lightly poach it and let that fish get ready. And you can tell fish starts getting white around the edges, and you know your fish is getting closer to being done. And with that being said, let me pull out my dishes so I can plate this up. I'm gonna do one of them. Actually, I'm gonna do two of them, because David, you know, he's gotta eat. I gotta feed my honey. He's the whole point, right? All right, what goes on the bottom of this while I'm plating this up and waiting to turn this fish is our rice, okay? And we're gonna do a beautiful thing of rice. And remember, you don't have to feel guilty about eating this rice, because it is half cauliflower, rice to cauliflower. So I'm gonna do 2 plates, one for David and one for me. Okay, that's beautiful. And then the next thing I'm gonna put on here is some of our fat. But first I've got to flip this. Y'all hang with me, let me get it flipped. Ooh, baby, how beautiful is that? It's not done, of course, but it will be shortly. And so what I'm gonna do now is start adding the next thing, which is this butter and corn right over the top. Now, I like a lot of this, so I say don't be stingy and do get some of the butter off the bottom. You will not be sorry. Now, I'm gonna do that for David. And y'all, I've gotta put some of this shrimp over here while so I can get it cooked. Ooh, baby, that's about, I don't know what it's about. I'll tell you when I get it down in there. It goes fast, this meal does. These are already cooked shrimp. You just gotta warm them up. Now let me get this right here out and get it on David's plate. Now y'all, how good does this look so far? I know, this is so stinking easy. The first time I tasted it, I couldn't believe how good it was when I was at that restaurant. And then when I started making it at home, couldn't believe how easy it was. All right, now I'm gonna move those shrimp over and get them toasty. Ooh, baby. And like I said, if you've got some fresh shrimp, by all means use it. But as y'all know, I'm in the mountains of North Alabama. That's where I am. All right, we're gonna temp this one. I can see the color, and you can tell it's not quite ready yet, but we're gonna temp. This one looks like it might be. So let me temp this one. Okay, this one is barely ready. Let's temp this one. This one is not ready. This one is 114. Well, you know that's gotta go further. So what I'm gonna do right now is move that one over to where this one is. Let me just get this one up. We don't wanna overdo our fish. Here, I've done told you a story about having my fish overdone. Woo, baby. That is so pretty, so pretty. Move this over here, get these going. Y'all, this is gonna be so good. My husband loves this. And how healthy and low carb is this? I know. So we can eat it and not feel guilty about it if you're doing low carbs. Okay, let me temp my other fish. It is not there yet. It's at 128. Okay, we're up to 129. It is just not done in the middle, is it? And you know, when you get these pieces of fish, you know, you got the little tail, the parts on the end, they're not tails, but the parts on the end, and they are thin, and then that in the middle thicker, and that's what we're dealing with right here. Now remember, I put some lemon in there, but I'm gonna put a little bit more, okay? Okay. Y'all, this smells delicious. You can saute this stuff. You can make all kinds of good stuff. All right, let me tempt my fish again. Eureka, we got it. I'm turning this puppy off. And this is going on the other one. Come on, you go off. No, I got it all the way on. That's no good. Y'all bear with me. Okay, oh, I'm about to tear up my piece of fish. Hang on. All right, nestle that fish in there good. And then what we're gonna do is pick up some of this good shrimp with more corn and stuff on it and just put it right on top. Y'all, how easy is this? This is easy enough and delicious enough for a good date night with your hubby or your wife. Or heck, just make it for your family. It's beautiful. And y'all know the only seasoning I put on there was salt, okay? All right, let me just make this look better. There we go. I'm gonna do this, and this one looks the best. Yeah, look at that. New Orleans seafood. What is not to love about that? I know, I gotta take a bite. I need a fork. Here's me a fork. If you can saute vegetables, you can turn it into a delectable, delicious bite. You won't even have to go out to a restaurant. All right, y'all, I've got some of the rice, I've got some of the fish, corn, peppers. Here we go. Y'all, that's so good. That fish. Oh, I forgot to get some of the shrimp. Let's try the shrimp next. That fish is just right. It is not dried out at all. It is a delicious, delicious bite. That rice is good. And y'all remember, my cookbook's on Amazon. Happiness is Homemade, y'all. I'll put the link for you. I'll also put the link for this thermometer. And I'm just going to tell you, the good Lord, He loves you a lot. And I do too. Y'all come in the kitchen with me. Let's cook up something good. All right. Love and blessings to you. Bye-bye.